Pokemon Legends Arceus is one of the biggest pleasant surprises that I've ever experienced in gaming. As someone who felt a lot of personal disappointment since Gen 6, this is a breath of fresh air for me as a lifelong fan of Pokemon, and I'm having a blast with this game so far. Now, I know that in recent years there's been a ton of negativity in the Pokemon community when it comes to the quality of modern games, but today, we're throwing all of that out the window, and we're being nothing but positive in this video as I gush about my 10 favorite things that I've experienced in this game so far. Starting off, the first thing that really piqued my interest was the characters themselves. From your character, to Laventon, to Akari, to the Commander, to the Wardens, everyone in the game was genuinely interesting to interact with. They all had a place in this strange world, and it kept me entertained throughout to meet each new person. I love how they took it a step further with the ridiculously hilarious facial expressions. It really added even more charm and personality to the characters, and that's hard to do when there's a lack of voice acting, but somehow they pulled it off. I would love to see voice acting added in future Pokemon games to add on even more, but as far as this game goes, they did a great job investing me in the citizens of Hisui. Now, even though a lot of the areas could be seen as a bit empty, Legends Arceus makes up for it with how you can interact with the world. You have mounts that can sprint, swim, find secret treasure, climb, and even fly. It does a good job of unlocking certain areas throughout the game with new mounts. Up until I got Sneasler, I often wondered how I was supposed to get up steep hills and cliffs without sliding, but Sneasler eventually gives you a full-time solution. It was paced very well to keep the intrigue, and I think it's cool that you could unlock new ways of traversing the world. And even outside of mounts, you can use your own Pokemon to interact with the environment to gather materials or just hang out. They made the Pokemon very lively in this game thanks to mounts, gathering, and even some endearing story moments that showed the personality of the Pokemon outside of how they look and fight. But the coolest interaction the world has to offer is by far these Lord fights. These things get intense as hell, dodging and throwing projectiles at it until you have to battle it with your Pokemon as well. This was one of the best uses of these new gameplay mechanics possible, and every single one of them got more fun as the difficulty scaled. This game moves nice and quick, and I love that. Traditional Pokemon games are played in two divided sections, walking around the world, and then combat. In Arceus, these go hand in hand and become seamless. You throw a Pokeball and you catch the Pokemon, and it's on to the next. You start a fight, it's instant, and when it's over, that's it. You don't even have to stick around for the finishing blow. You can just start running to your next destination and you're just going. It's a really nice change from traditional Pokemon, and it makes grinding and Pokedex filling not only much easier, but also a lot more fun and satisfying as well. Hell, you can even catch multiple Pokemon at once. It's really what makes the core gameplay so engaging, and I hope to see more of this as time goes on. Probably the most convenient quality of life change they've ever made in this franchise is the ability to keep more than 4 moves. I absolutely love this idea. It just makes things so much less stressful when you can keep a move that you would otherwise delete, because there's so many moves with good uses that can come in handy against certain Pokemon. It's such a simple, nice touch that I would be very sad if they didn't keep in every game from now on. But beyond convenience, it just gives you more strategy at your disposal to mix and match moves that fit your team comp optimally. Really awesome change. Keep it in future games, please! Having a ton of moves is one thing, but having varying styles for each move is even better. Another extraordinarily simple feature they've added, strong and agile moves really add new depth to the classic combat of Pokemon. Whether it's going for it all with a strong style move, trying to get that epic one-shot to win the battle, or using an agile variation to weaken a Pokemon just enough for catching, there's a lot more to think about not only for your Pokemon, but with your opponent's Pokemon as well, who can also use strong and agile moves to their advantage. It's a simple, yet fresh change for battling, and it's really fun to use throughout the game. But of course, what's gameplay unless you have great controls alongside it? I really thought the control layout of Arceus was very well thought out, and you can tell they took the time to make it as simple and functional as possible. Switching between items and Pokemon was very easy and quick to get used to, and I liked how everything was in rows for you to cycle through. The only thing that I really had to get used to was opening the map with minus and my bag with the D-pad, but even with that it only took a bit before it was muscle memory. Everything you needed was neatly grouped together on the controller, and it really enhanced what they were going for with the gameplay in my opinion. This goes without saying, because it's Pokemon, but once again, they absolutely crushed it in the music department. There's not much to say here other than every track in the OST was good to amazing, and even tracks that were often repeated never got old because they were just that nice to listen to. I often found myself humming alongside the music, and it's just one of those things that elevate a good game into a great game. This game isn't easy, and that's awesome. I love games that challenge you, make you think and tinker, and re-strategize multiple times until you get it right, because you found the optimal way through trial and error. And that's exactly what Arceus does to the person playing it. It makes you think, but not in a way that's unfair or overly challenging just to be hard, but each notable challenge has a way of beating it, as long as you know what you're doing. I mean seriously, everything in this game can kick your ass. The Lords kick your ass, the Alpha Pokemon kick your ass, sometimes even regular Pokemon can kick your ass. And if you fought Volo at the end, then you know exactly why this game is challenging in the best way possible. I genuinely felt motivated to beat it because it was hard, and that's something that I want to see more of in Pokemon, because oftentimes the games are really fun, but a little too easy. Well, for starters, he's kind of a reddish-orange with black stripes and white hair, so that's pretty sweet. And it's super cute how you can't see his eyes, so that's pretty sweet. And then you have the fact that he's not only fire type, but rock type as well, so that's pretty sweet. Also, he has a storyline about obtaining your max potential despite your hardships in life, so that's pretty sweet. Also, he's got 2 little pointy teeth, so that's pretty sweet. Also, Finally, this one was of course going to be on the list, but Alpha Pokemon are just so cool. I genuinely enjoyed fighting and catching these way more than I ever did with Dynamax Pokemon, and I even kept my favorite, Alpha Tangrowth, in my team throughout my entire journey. It's just hilarious to see a giant Wurmple with glowing red eyes walking around, and it intrigues you every time to challenge them. It's so satisfying to catch, and even beat, because for most of the game, these things will grossly outlevel you, so they're a constant challenge that you have the full luxury to try or avoid. And that makes it fun for each individual player to enjoy at their own pace. But seriously, Alpha Tangrowth is fucking awesome, and everyone should run it on their team, just saying. And there you have it guys, 10 reasons why I absolutely loved Pokemon Legends Arceus. Did you love it as much as I did? And were some of your favorite aspects on my list as well? Or do you have other reasons? Let me know in the comments, and as always, thank you guys for watching, have a great day, deuces! Also, he's got a fluffy tail, so that's pretty sweet. Also, there's a big one and a small one, so that's pretty sweet. Also...